Hi there, Andre here from Peak Motorcycles. In this video I'm going to be fitting a chin mount to a new helmet that I've acquired recently. So the chin mount is one of these flex slim mounts from MotoRadds. I'll show you a close-up of it in a moment. And what I'm going to be fitting it to is this. So this is my new Klim TK1200 helmet. Now someone had asked me if I was going to do a video on this, and I probably will eventually, but to be honest it's still fairly new. I've used it a couple of times. It's super light, it's carbon fibre, it's got a transitions lens, loads of cool stuff that's in it. In terms of actually doing reviews, as you might have noticed, I don't do that many reviews for things that I haven't used. I can tell you how much it weighs and various other things that anyone can get from the spec sheet. I can tell you how it fits me, but unless your head is the same as mine, that doesn't really mean a great deal. So I'm probably going to use it for maybe 3 or 4 months, and then I'll actually do a review of the helmet based on how I've found it. Initial thoughts are so far so good, but I think I just need to use it a lot more, especially through the UK winter, to really know how good it is. So what I'm going to do in this video, it's going to be really short. I'm just going to fit the chin mount to this for my GoPro. These MotoRadds mounts, they do look kind of cool. I have tried mounts in the past that mount on the side of the helmet, and they're okay, but you always get a bit of wobble because you need quite a long bit to come around the front. And just having it right on your chin gives quite a nice point of view while you're riding. It also means that wiring a microphone in just on the inside is a lot easier. And I don't know, I find that people are more interested in hearing someone talk about where they're riding than just watching, because it's a lot more fun just to ride your bike. So I'll give you a close-up look. So this is the mount, and it's called a Flex Slim by a company called MotoRadds, and there's not a huge amount to it. If I open it out, you literally get this chin mount, which has a GoPro mounting piece on the front there, and then this back piece is sort of semi-flexible with some 3M VHB tape on the back, the very high bonding tape. And the idea being is that you can essentially fit that to any type of helmet. Now, it looks fairly straightforward. You need to clean up the surface on the helmet first before you stick it in place. What I'm actually going to do is, I'd seen a few people saying that if you actually pre-bend it to approximately the right shape first, then the bonding goes on much more easily. So I'm going to do that first of all, try and get it to approximately the right shape. In fact, as this is a flip up, I can kind of lift that up there. So I think I'm going to put it, well, round the bottom there, just like that. So there is this ridge here, which isn't ideal. I suppose to have it on a flat surface would probably be the best, but that isn't going to work up there. So I think the only option really that I have is to put it around the bottom. I don't know if you can see that on there, but if I just push it on like that, then the side bits aren't going to grip that well. So I'm actually going to try and pre-bend that around a lot more, so that now when I push that on there, it really is kind of pressing in on the key parts. So I'm going to try and get that in place like that, right at the bottom, so it's not snagging on any of the buttons, but hopefully that will allow me to have my GoPro just mounted up on top of it there like that without getting in the way. So first things to do is it comes with a alcohol prep pad, a little sort of isopropyl alcohol cleaning pad. So I'm just going to use that just to clean up the area all around there where I'm going to fix it to the helmet. Use a little bit on the other side, and these they smell nice. I guess everyone's got used to them through COVID, but yeah, it doesn't leave any residue. They just clean it up, and then that should be good to go. I mean, it really is as simple as that. So the next thing to do is just to take the backing off and to push that on exactly like that. Here goes. Try not to get the VHB stuff on my fingers because it's really sticky. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to try and push that on in the middle first of all, and then once that's on, I'll try and get these side bits just pushed on really snug. So I think that is kind of it. I think actually maybe for these side bits, if that's not on too much already. No, I think that's on too much already. Okay, I did wonder whether I could maybe even bend a few of these bits out a little bit first, just to fit around the shape of that part of the helmet, but actually that seems to be stuck pretty well. I can still operate my vent okay. I can still operate my chin bar lift okay. Just looking at that underneath, yeah, I can see that does appear to be a pretty good bond all the way around the front there. Hopefully you can see that on the camera. So that is kind of fitting it. I suppose What I need to see is if there's anywhere else on here. Again, just looking at that side, I could see it was up a little bit. So I'm just trying to push that on. I think once it comes into contact, the VHB stuff is really good. I've used it with other GoPro mounts for many a year, and you can get it off with a hairdryer quite cleanly. But once it's on, it really does stick very well indeed. So that seems to be on pretty well across everything there. Okay, so just to show you what that looks like with the GoPro fitted, I normally have my Hero 10 on here, but as I'm actually using this to make the video, that is a little bit difficult. So here's on my Hero 7s. Now, as you can see on there, when that's up all the way, that's actually pointing too much down. So for that, they actually provide an additional piece. Use one of these. So by putting that in there, it means that you can lift that up. Now what they don't provide is the extra pin to go through, which is a bit annoying. I do have a box full of them somewhere, so I can get one for that. But yeah, that essentially means that I can orientate that sticking out forwards, put the camera on there, and then tilt it up and actually get it to just the right position for actually doing filming. Now the last thing that I want to do with this, is that centered? When I look from the top, it looks pretty centered. When I look at it from the bottom, it looks level. My GoPro Hero 10 does auto level, so that shouldn't be a problem. But yeah, the last thing I'm going to do is just show you the microphone that I use. So when I'm recording while I'm riding, I just use this, and this is one of the spare Sena microphones that came with my Sena Bluetooth. It actually just comes like that, and then I just got an adapter which plugs into there, and then the other end plugs into the GoPro mic adapter. And these work really well because they're noise cancelling mics, wind cancelling mics. If you just get a normal lav mic, they pick up so much background noise. It's got a little bit of Velcro backing, so I'm just going to put a bit of that onto the inside of here. Okay, this is going to be kind of hard to show you, but I'm basically trying to put it in out of the way of any wind flow. You're just going to have to trust me on this, I'm afraid. So it's just a bit of Velcro, which I'm just going to pop on the inside when that's on. The mic's on that side, so I'll just pop it in on this side here. Yeah, that's fine. And then the mic itself, I'm just going to lift that up, pop the mic onto the Velcro. Where did I put it? There we go. And then just thread that back through and under there. So yeah, so that's all good. That's my microphone fitted. I'll also fit my GoPro on there. That will just be able to plug in. In fact, I can probably even pull the cable in a little bit more. Just do that. There we go. Yep, so that's all done really. Let's drop that down so you can see it properly. So I've got my microphone cable just here that will plug into the mic adapter. GoPro will go on the front, and job is all done. So that's it. That's my very short video on how to fit a MotoRadds Flex Slim GoPro mount to the front of my Klim TK1200 helmet. So you can see that's fitted with the microphone in place. It's actually quite a nice position just there. I can hopefully tilt that back far enough. I think if anything, maybe I would actually try it flipping the camera the other way up, just so it's completely clear, because right now it is kind of snagging a little bit just on the tab to lift the visor. Now I've got, on my other helmet, I've actually got the tabs on either side, but because this one's in the middle, having the camera in the middle does kind of get in the way. So maybe just inverting the camera, having it hanging down below would give me a better angle. But all in all, yeah, I'm pretty pleased with that. The first video where I will have used this will be my first ride video for my CCM Spitfire 6. So if you want to see what the footage looks like that comes from it, check out that video. I'll put a link on this video to that. And yeah, that's it. I hope that's been interesting and useful. If it has, maybe I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.